From Burns Park in North Little Rock, Arkansas, this is the Central Regional Tournament for the United States Australian Football League. This is the third place game between the Tulsa Buffaloes and the Houston Lonestars. Hello and welcome, everyone. I'm Brian Barish. Great to have your company as well, wherever you're joining us around the country or around the world on USAFL.com and on our Mixlr station on Mixlr.com/USAFL. This is the third place game. Both of these teams went 1-1 during the course of the tournament so far this afternoon, as Houston defeated Nashville earlier today and fell to the Austin Crows, while the Buffaloes defeated Baton Rouge earlier but fell to Dallas. Both Austin and Dallas will be playing in the Division I Grand Final a little bit later on today. And that'll actually be coming up at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. We are just about ready to go. The umpire holds the ball aloft. Tulsa is in the gray jumpers, going from right to left on your radio, and Houston is going from left to right, and Tulsa keeps the ball forward, going into the forward line. And then they go up for it, looking for a lead, marked or almost marked. Ball goes to ground. Continuing with it is the Buffaloes out of the back, and then that one is thrown on to the left. It's a high mark and taken by Stephen Raspold for Tulsa. He's told to play on. He throws that one on to the right. It's kicked in towards goal, and it's marked by Andrew Rose, the U.S. Revolution national team prospect. There's the kick, and it is marked defensively by Houston, and it goes out to the left side. Houston with it in their left back pocket. Picked up there by number 9, which is Sean Smythe, playing in the back line. And then that one's a long kick up the left side where it's dropped, looking for Anastas. He'll throw that one on to the right. High into the air, in the middle of the ground, one-on-one contest. Off the hands of Donnelly. Rather, that is number 7 in there, which is Simon Craig for Houston. And the ball has gone out of bounds. It'll be a boundary throw-in. Just underway, about a minute and a half gone here in the third place game of the USAFL Central Regional Tournament. It is Houston nothing and Tulsa nothing. Tulsa has a couple of players from the Oklahoma City Flyers on their team. And the ball has gone out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Ball is handballed back as Houston controls the footy. Marked nicely by Donnelly. Oh, no, it wasn't marked. It wasn't 15. Play on, says the umpire, but Houston has it inside their forward 40. He spins away from one man. There's the kick. That one going into the middle. It is intercepted by Chase Mowry from Tulsa, and he'll bring it out of the back. Mowry's had a very good tournament so far, as Raspold went up to the near side, but it's picked off by Houston's number 12 and Stephen Ryan. And Ryan finds a friendly face in the middle, and it's marked about 45 meters out. So here is Simon Craig for Houston. Craig kicked 2 goals in the opening game this morning against Nashville. The Kangaroos won the 5th place game that was just before this one. So here is the kick from Craig to the right of the field from 45 meters out. It's dead center perfect. Goal to the Houston Lonestars, and they draw first blood. On the Little Rock scoreboard, Houston 1 straight 6. Tulsa yet to score. And Craig, as we mentioned in that first game, he had 2 goals, but he also had played very well in clearing out some space up in the forward line. And he did a pretty good job right there as well. So 6-0 Houston. as the ball comes back into the middle, and we are underway again. Ball goes to ground, picked up by Houston again, and this is Anastas. He'll throw that one on to the right. It's not a very good kick. It one hops over is forward, and then going all the way back is Ingram for Tulsa. Carcamo in there for Houston. It's slapped forward, and then bouncing off a man there as Ahmed Omar had it, lost it. It's a scooped on, kept in 50 meters out, and then a booming kick there by Mike Monahan. That one's going to go in towards the Houston goal. It's going to run. It's going to bounce back, but it's going to skittle through for a behind. So that extends the lead. It's now 7-0. 1-1-7 Houston, and Tulsa yet to score. Brian Barish here from North Little Rock, Arkansas, and our thanks to the folks here at Burns Park, the North Little Rock Parks and Rec Department, as well as Little Rock CVB for putting on this great tournament. Ball is up on the far side, about... We'll see where the ball is. It's on that far side as Tulsa has it from their back pocket. Long kick, and it is marked, and back come the Buffs the other way. Looking for a lead, and then it pops straight up in the air. The Buffaloes still have it in their defensive halfback flank. That's on the opposite side of the field from us here at Burns Park, as we mentioned. It's an absolutely beautiful day. It was a little warm, but it's cooled off. There's more cloud cover overhead. Temperatures probably in the upper 70s. And we are not that far from the picturesque Arkansas River, which is right behind our commentary position. Almost marked, juggled, and taken. Houston, as they go inside 50, inside the 40-meter arc, and it is Dan Haluerta. So Haluerta will kick from 35 meters out to extend Houston's lead. It goes to the left, and it stays left, and goal umpire Evan Ling says that's a minor score. On the Little Rock scoreboard, Houston 1 goal, 2 behinds, 8 points, and Tulsa yet to score. We've played roughly 5 minutes of the opening half. We're playing 2 20-minute halves here, as we played all day. Tulsa finished in second in Pool B, and it was won by Dallas, and Houston was second in Pool A. That was won by Austin, who extended their winning streak to 27 games. The ball will go out of bounds as it is still in the Tulsa half-back flank. Kicked up the far side, and it is marked nicely there by Steven Raspold. He and his twin Andrew both play for this team. They're both based out of Oklahoma City. As they kick that one up on that far side, juggled and dropped, and the ball goes out of bounds. And it looks like, I think Andrew Sneed's coming out for Tulsa right in front of us, and heading in is the number 13, Michael Crawford. That is Sneed, who's actually had a solid day, not as loud as he would like to be, I'm sure, but his job is more as a role player. Ball is back in play. It's in the middle of the ground on the far side. That was a throw as Tulsa gives it up as the number 12 there, Jacob O'Meara Gill. He's been pinged for quite a few free kicks, and he gets the action there. That'll be a free kick to Houston. They'll have a chance to relieve the danger, and the free kick will come from their end of the center square. That's a long kick. There was nobody in forward 50 as it bounces over the head, but Michael Crawford back on as fullback is able to clear it out for the Buffaloes. And then it's marked on the far side there by Matt Barton. Barton goes in short where he finds a teammate in Jeremy Ingram, who is the lone representative from the Little Rock Coyotes team. And I'll tell you what, with the amount of people that have come out from Little Rock that are interested in Australian football in this tournament, that is going to change fairly quickly, and that one has been kicked out on the full, and It is on that wing position, so it'll be a free kick to the Houston Lone Stars, who lead 8-0 on the Little Rock scoreboard. Brian Barish with you. Glad to have you on YouTube, or if you happen to be listening to us as we record this live here on our Mixler station on USAFL Radio. Ball is up on that far side, inside the 40-meter arc again, but it goes across for Houston, rather, and then getting it out and kicking it out was one of the Buffaloes up to the near side as that comes to the commentary side wing position. It's picked up, a good shepherd thrown, and then cutting to the inside goes Halub. Halub puts the ball to the ground, put that into the face of his teammate there in Omar. Omar had to catch that in self-defense. It goes forward for Houston, throws that one on to the right. It goes to the right and almost marked as Crawford on second effort. He bowled over Carcamo, and then Hawerda is sitting on the number 13 there in Crawford, and we'll have a ball up in the Houston forward pocket right near the boundary line. Very quickly, these two teams played in the Ruggles Cup earlier, and Houston beat them. This was back at the end of April. And Tulsa is looking to get revenge, but Houston's on the front foot. They have it inside 40. There's Anastas with a kick. It got deflected and then soccered away by Ingram, but it's marked as it was caught on the fly by Carcamo, who takes the mark 45 meters out. It's about a 70-degree angle for Carcamo, who kicks that one on the way. It starts left. It's coming right. Does it have the distance? Well, it was touched. It's back in the field of play. Tulsa's able to clear it out on the far side. Kept in by Houston. Two players went for it. Ingram, he's taken down, and he's going to get pinged for a throw, and it's going to be a free kick to Houston. And I don't see who has it for the Lone Stars, but whoever it is, he's got it roughly 40 meters out. So here's the kick. Up on the way, it's going to be fading left, and it has gone out on the full. So Houston had a chance to extend the lead, but they don't get it, and it's 8-0. Houston are the number 9 team in the USAFL Top 20 poll, which was held back in May, at the end of May here. And, of course, Austin in the grand final of this tournament is number 1. That was a clearance kick, which is intercepted in the middle. That one is going to go in short. Houston on the advance. It's tipped off the top. Handball as Donnelly went looking for a teammate. That one's thrown on to the left. That one looks pretty close, but in fact, it is gone through for a behind. That one off the foot over there of Ahmed Omar. So another tick on the Little Rock scoreboard. That takes Houston on to 1-3-9. And Tulsa yet to score. 9-0, Houston the lead in the third place game of the 2017 USAFL Central Regional Tournament from Burns Park in North Little Rock, Arkansas. And that was an intercept mark from the kick-in. And once again, it's somebody on Houston, and they're facing away from us, so I'm not quite sure who this is. So here's the kick. It's up on the way. That one looks a lot better. And it's there. Goal to the Houston Lone Stars. And we're trying to get who that is, but in the meantime, that extends Houston's lead. As on the Little Rock scoreboard, that takes them on to 2-3-15. Still trying to figure out who kicked the goal there, but in any event, Houston has extended the lead a little bit. It's 15-0. Now, Houston won the Division II championship at the Central Regionals last year when we had 3 divisions. And they had gone 3-0, including beating this Tulsa side. Up on the far side as Houston gets it out of the ruck. They control it, and it's marked by Hawerda. Dan Hawerda takes the mark. 45 meters out from a very acute angle. The wind is with him. There's the kick. It is marked defensively by Crawford in the goal square for Tulsa, and he gets rid of it quickly up the near side where he finds Steven Raspold. Raspold will go back. his team down 15-0 are the Tulsa Buffaloes. Out in the middle, spoiled nicely by James for Tulsa, picked up by Marakian, handballs it in looking for Andrew Raspol, but instead finding Dustin Brazel, who was almost pantsed. Instead, he gives the ball away. That one is kicked in short. Houston's got it as Connolly gives it off, running with the footy, handball into the middle, going with it is Houston, and then running in is Anastas. Anastas kicks his second, and a great play by Stuart Job to keep the ball. He handballed it in looking for Carcamo and missed. Right there was Anastas. Anastas, who just came back for playing with Melbourne University, kicks his second in a row, and Houston has extended their lead again. 3-3-21 for the Lone Stars on the Little Rock scoreboard, and no score yet for Tulsa. And a special welcome again to those of you listening to us on our Mixlr station. And the USAFL Game of the Week, we hope to make this a semi-regular occurrence. And especially again in 2 weeks when we are back when we're in Raleigh, North Carolina for the Eastern Regionals. Meanwhile, Tulsa had a bit of an advance there, and they turn it over, looking for Carcamo in the half-forward position. He was stripped of the football, but then picked it up, and here they come the other way. 17 is unlisted for Houston, handballs it in. A crash boom opera as Stephen Raspold and Carcamo came together, and they get the ball back to the A formation, Mr. Raspold, who finds Andy Rose in the middle of the near side on the wing position looking for Marakian, but it was too far. Goes into the middle again, and Houston's going to be able to clear it out through the left through Donnelly. Picks it up on a hop. Pretty good right foot hit from Anastas. This could go the distance, but it won't. The wind blows it and takes it off to the left. It kind of took the left exit getting off of the Schuylkill Expressway and onto the Vine Street Expressway, and no one will get that unless they're from Philadelphia. It'll be a boundary throw-in, but a good, advantageous situation for the Houston Lone Stars. As they have the ball 10 meters around from their target, they lead 21-0. With about, I would say, 5 minutes, maybe a little bit less, to go in the first half. And Tulsa will have a chance to clear out from their back line as they go into the middle, looking for the number 12 in O'Meara Gill. And he turns the ball over. Here comes Houston back the other way. Now inside 40 as a handball. That was Carcamo who gave the ball over to Donnelly. And Donnelly has kicked out one wayward, and it's another behind. 3-4-22 is the score on the Little Rock scoreboard. No score for Tulsa in the third-place game of the Central Regional Final. Central Regional third-place game. Brian Barish with you here from Burns Park in North Little Rock, Arkansas, and we are having such a great time here in the natural state. Absolutely beautiful field and great conditions. On the near side as they kick it out to Tulsa, here is Ingram, who just gets his foot to it, and then he ended up muffing it. Houston's got it in the middle of the ground. There's a kick. That one will go in short. It's a worm burner, but it's picked up by Anastas, who will play that one into the middle of the ground where it's marked defensively there by O'Meara Gill, and he takes a nice mark. So he'll have a chance to shake the Etch-a-Sketch and draw up something new. And then the kick is up high, looking for it. It'll bring rain. And then it's picked up and picked off nicely there, I believe, by Job. Job runs to 50, kicks that one inside, but it's turned over to Sneed, who's able to get it out of danger again. But as much as Tulsa is defending against Houston, I will tell you that... they are still having trouble penetrating the midfield for Houston. And every time they do it, guys like Anastas are stepping up. So here is a free kick for Houston as they kick it inside 40, and it's marked again by Howlerta. And Howlerta will go back looking to kick his first. The kick is up on the way. It's from 35 meters out. It looked pretty good. And Evan Ling says it's a behind. So it didn't look that good. On the Little Rock scoreboard, it's 3-5-23 for Houston, and Tulsa yet to score. And again, our thanks to the Little Rock CVB for helping put on this tournament, as well as the North Little Rock Parks and Rec Department, also for the water, because let's face it, it's bloody hot out here. As that one is kicked up on that far side, it's marked, goes to ground. They still are chasing the footy, and it's held in. Were they going to call it holding the ball in? No. And it'll be a ball up about 35 meters around from the Houston target as, again, they press. Tulsa really is not going inside the forward arc for the game. And they get it out in the middle, handballs it around. That one is kicked by, that one goes out on the full as the kick was by Halub and has gone out on the full, and Tulsa again with another let out. 3-5-23 for Houston. No score for Tulsa. And Tulsa actually blanked Baton Rouge earlier this morning. It was a 28-0 win, but they did kick 3 goals, 10 behinds. And you could tell that against the better teams, that wasn't going to fly. Anastas with another kick, and that skips through. It looks like it just found the boundary line. The field of play and went over the boundary line. So, again, it'll be a boundary throw, and right in the shadow of the behind post in the forward pocket for the Houston Lonestars, wearing their white jumpers with the red, white, and blue stripes across the front, sort of like St. Kilda, but not. Tulsa wearing the gray jumpers with the red yoke. Ball comes spinning back in the play. Ball goes to ground. Still Houston pushing it forward as Halerta was in there. And a tie-up as Marakian was at the bottom of the pile. And that is halftime. Halftime at the football. Well, Tulsa has defended and parried as best they can against the Houston attack, but the Lone Stars are the ones with all the points. After 20 minutes of play in the Central Regional third place match, it's the Houston Lone Stars 3-5-23, the Tulsa Buffaloes no score. This is the 2017 Central Regional Tournament from North Little Rock, Arkansas, here on USAFL.com. And here on